Hello, guys. How are we doing today? I'm excited to share a very wonderful topic that says when God says wait. Yes, you heard that correctly. When God says wait. Have you been told to wait before? Because I want to share a very short testimony. I was traveling somewhere, and then at some point I made all my preparations. I came out of my house and everything, only for me to get to the bus park and all the buses were filled up. I was so disappointed because I planned for that journey for like a week plus, but it hurt me so bad. But I felt that I've prayed, so I leave it to the hand of God. So that was a trial time. That was when God was actually telling me to wait. So to cut a long story short, the next week I made plans again, and to God be the glory. In the journey, I met somebody that has been a blessing to me and everything. So if I had joined the other bus, I would have missed out on what God was cooking for me on the way. So when God tells you to wait, does not mean delay is not denial. Yes, delay is not denial. Abraham waited on the Lord. Sarah waited, and the child that God gave them became became a very, very, very wonderful testimony in the life of Abraham. God made him the father of many nations. So imagine Abraham had 9 children and there was no blessed one among them. So what's the point? So delay is not denial. So waiting builds trust. Isaiah chapter 40 from verse 31 says, those who wait on the Lord, it shall renew their strength. Waiting on the Lord has to do with praying, has to do with fasting. So when you're waiting on the Lord, does not mean you are wasting. Some people misunderstand waiting and wasting. So when you are waiting, you do what waiters do. You've been to a restaurant, I know what waiters do. What do they do? They serve. You serve in your local church, you serve in wherever you find yourself. Just make sure you are serving. Make sure that you are in your waiting season is productive. And trust me, it's going to be a very beautiful one. And waiting ends with testimony. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3 says, though it tarries, wait for it, it shall surely come. Are you single yet to get married? Open for admission, open for a good job, and you are waiting on the Lord. Trust me, you just want testimony and your joy will be full. I pray that you listening to me right now, your joy will be full in the mighty name of Jesus. So I want to leave you with this. If you're in your waiting season, do not skip this. Do not skip this. God is doing something behind the scene. Yes, God is doing something. When a mother is pregnant for 9 months, she doesn't see how the baby is formed, but she just know that during her waiting season, by 9 months, there will be a testimony. So shall it be for you. So thank you for staying by. Like, subscribe, and comment. See you in our next video.